Hey, welcome back to our channel. It's so good to have you here. Today I'm going to do another little DIY project. Fall is setting in. You can see our decorations here on the mantle. And, even in the South, it gets a little chilly sometimes as winter comes. I remember last winter we even hit into the temperatures of the teens. And so sometimes you just want to run the fireplace. And our fireplace is a gas fireplace that is ignited by a light switch there. And so, when you're all nestled into your comfy chair watching a movie and you've got your blankets all on, just nestled in there, you're like, oh, I want the fireplace on. And ours isn't on a remote, so you have to get up and walk over there and turn on a light switch. Now, it's not that we're lazy, but when you've got the idea of a smart home, you'd like to be able to say, hey, to your device, turn on the fireplace. And so I went about figuring out how to do that. And I thought, well, I'll just go get a smart light switch. We're converting a lot of our light switches to smart switches and thought I would do that. But interestingly enough, that light switch is not a standard wiring. And the digital switches, the Lutron Caseta, they do not support the electrical load found in low voltage wiring. They use only standard house wiring. And so that switch cannot be converted. So I did a search on YouTube just as you did to find this video. And, did I need to make this video? Probably not, because there's others out there. But for my audience that watches my channel, I thought that you'd like to see how I went about converting this to becoming a smart fireplace. Here's what you need to convert this into a smart fireplace. You need this specialized relay switch, and it was only a few bucks on Amazon or Walmart. They both carry it. The link to our Amazon store is below, so you could find it. It comes with this nice braided cable, USB cable, a power brick, and then the relay switch. And then you also have to buy a smart plug. I bought the Wemo smart plug. A link is in our Amazon store as well. I find that it works well. We get great results with Apple Home. It's built on Thread. But if you're using one of the other home platforms, you may want to use a different plug. So this isn't as necessary, this particular brand. But this is necessary to convert this over. So let me show you how we're going to do it. All right, first thing we need to do is we need to expose all of the wiring and everything underneath the fireplace. Yours may come off differently, but under there is all the electronics to light the fireplace as well as the gas line. And I think while I'm down there, I may do a little bit of clean out as well, because it's pretty dusty. Here we are looking underneath this fireplace, getting a little close up, and back here we have our electrical source. This is the ignition power. It comes over here to this starter box, and then there is this battery pack here that apparently, if there was a power outage and it was cold, you could put some batteries here and still light your fireplace. So that's a nice little backup system. This is the wire that comes from that low voltage light switch, and then it connects into this box through this wiring here. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a cable between that relay switch, between the light switch and the ignition source. And that will allow, not to bypass the light switch, but to allow both to be an ignition power source to activate the fireplace. Let's go ahead and install that little relay. First thing we're going to do is to unplug these plugs. They're just standard little inserts. They come right out. And then we've got these plugs for this relay switch that we're adding. There's only one option, so you really can't go wrong. You can see the ends of them. There's, 2 males and 2 females. And so we will not have a problem. And apparently it doesn't matter which one you put on which side. Because it's low voltage, it seems to be fine with either one. Let's go ahead and attach that. There we go. And attach that. The plug is a little bent up inside that thing, so I have to bend it a little bit to get it to work. But that's not a problem. There we go. So that's connected there. And the red wires on this particular one, they're red wires, will go back to the wall switch to reattach the wall switch. And that's all it is. It just goes in between those 2 connections. Now, what we have to do with this one is we have to give it a power supply, and that's where we're going to attach the, there's a little USB connector right here at the end. That's where we'll attach the USB cable, which will go to the plug brick into our smart plug. Now, I'm not going to show you how to set up the smart plug. You know how to do that. Follow those instructions to pair it to your house and make it smart, but then we will bring it and put it in to that plug there in the back of the unit. All right, let me share with you something that I found in trying to make this happen, is that in my unit, my fireplace had this electrical outlet there with the different sections of the plugs named relay, fan, and auxiliary. And apparently there is not a full power supply to those outlets for some reason. So I was not able to get the smart plug to have power, as well as having the igniter have power. So I had to split that outlet, and I had this little mini outlet extension cord. And so then I was able to put both the smart plug and the ignition on a full power source. And now it works. So let me put the frame back on and show you how it works. All right, it's all reassembled. Hello, Waffles. She's curious as to what I was doing there. Let's give this a try. Hey Siri, turn on Fireplace. And just like that, the fireplace started. Hey Siri, turn off Fireplace. And it ended. And you can see the light switch is in the off position during that whole time. So now let's try it with the light switch to make sure that it also works independent. And it does. So that relay doesn't remove the light switch, it just allows a secondary input. And it's smart enough to know what has triggered it. So that means if you have a guest come to your house that isn't connected to your home automation, they still could turn on the fireplace. And if you sell the house and forgot to tell your new buyers that you've got a smart connection to it, it's still good to go. Well, there you have it. That really was a simple project, other than the delay of not trying to know why that plug box wasn't working. But once I determined that the outlet wasn't on and split the outlet into 2 through that little plug extension cord. Then I was able to get it to work. It really was such a simple project. And so if you want to convert your fireplace into a smart fireplace, that's how you do it. For those of you that don't have a remote. Well, if you like this video, would you go ahead and, do that thumbs up and subscribe and all that? That would be great. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Be good to others. Bye-bye.